If you've been keeping up with the PC gaming community for a while now, you will know that Star Citizen is an incredibly ambitious open galaxy game that has been in development since 2012. It's been a crowd-funded alpha game ever since, and I've been dying to try it, but I never had the adequate PC hardware to run it. Now that we have Shadow Ultra, I wanted to see how well Star Citizen would run on it. So when Star Citizen announced that they were having a free fly week, I took this opportunity to not just test out the game, but to see how well it would run on Shadow Ultra. Let's see how it looks. The game of Star Citizen is broken into 3 modes. I started with Star Marine to get a feel for how to move my character and the combat aspect. This mode throws you right into the competitive PvP modes, with Deathmatch being the most popular. I started with the controller at first, so I managed to look at the controls. Star Citizen has a ton of input options to remember. Now I was playing with a Luna controller, and the Luna controller is very similar to an Xbox controller, so the layout is laid out here. Now I started playing my first deathmatch, and boy, was there a learning curve. It took many deaths and a couple of rounds to get the hang of it. And to be honest, I never truly did. It wasn't smooth, the animations were not clean, the whole experience just kind of felt super clunky. Check out what I mean here. I did finally manage to get some kills after lowering my sensitivity on my controller, but you would have thought that after 9 years of development, the FPS portion of the game would be ironed out and working smoothly. Now I was playing on the couch PC at 4K, so I was thinking that maybe my performance and the game performance were hindered by this. So I took the battle to my desktop PC with a mouse and keyboard at 1080p.
Match over. Match lost.
So did switching to mouse and keyboard help the game at all? Oh yeah. You can tell this game was made for mouse and keyboard. Granted, the game is still clunky and not very smooth at times even on Shadow Ultra at 1080p. I have a feeling though it has to do with the game optimization. Shadow Ultra should be able to handle this with no problems, but I'm still having frame rate issues. This is a problem with the game and not necessarily on Shadow Ultra. Now let's move on to Arena Commander, where Star Citizen is supposed to shine. The game started here first, so space combat should be the pinnacle of the game, so I'm expecting an awesome time. I'm trying this first on my couch PC at 4K once again with the controller, so let's take a look at the controls. Yeah, if you thought the FPS controls were overwhelming, this might feel like you actually have to memorize all the operations of a real starfighter. Learning curve to the max. No lightweights here. Adapt or die. Alright, let's do it. Playing Arena Commander is a lot more enjoyable to me than the clunky gameplay of Star Marine. Even if I don't know what all the flight controls and systems do, this is easily where Star Citizen takes off. Now of course, I do enjoy flight simulators though. Equipping my ship armaments and engaging enemy ships is fun and enjoyable, even if I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
Your ace status has
What
been
the heck?
revoked.
How did I die?
Ended.
And once again, I take my skills to the mouse and keyboard to try out Arena Commander as most players do. Let's take a look at these controls on mouse and keyboard. You have got to be kidding me. The space shuttle might have less buttons than this. Okay, it's okay. I don't mind simulators. I just wish there was a much better tutorial to explain everything. I don't have as much time as I used to, so a top-notch guide would be welcomed. I'm not sure if I missed it, but that would be helpful for sure. As expected, flying and targeting with a mouse was much easier. Plus, I was able to use my Razer Tartarus through Shadow. So if you want to use your USB peripherals to fly, you can on Shadow. My lack of flying skills is the reason I'm doing pretty bad. It has nothing to do with the game or Shadow running it. It runs as I expect it to on Shadow with very limited hiccups. Space combat is truly where Star Citizen shines. Now let's bring it all together in the Persistent universe. The Persistent universe is the MMO mode where you take the ground, air, and economic skills up against other players. This is the bread and butter of Star Citizen. I actually didn't have too much time to play with this mode. I decided to go straight into it with mouse and keyboard and forego the controller altogether in the Persistent universe. To get into it, all you really need to know is the basic FPS controls of movement and action. I started on the Stanton system in Area 18. Here I got a feel for the city life, weapon and armor shops, and the tram system. I have to say, I was pretty impressed with the active scheduled train that takes you to your ship from the other side of the city. These are really cool features along with using your ship to travel to other planets, which I really enjoy. What I didn't like was the frame rate issue. Even with the Ultra tier, I still felt like I was using a potato to run Star Citizen. 20 to 30 FPS is just not how I want to play the game. Overall, I had an okay time. Nothing extraordinary, which is a bummer since I've been waiting to get my hands on this game for a while. And it was mostly due to the game and not Shadow. I understand this is an incredibly ambitious game, but after almost 10 years of being in alpha, I would have expected many of these issues to get fleshed out, especially aspects like the first-person combat. I probably won't be playing Star Citizen again anytime soon until the gameplay becomes more enjoyable. I also don't see that happening anytime soon since it seems like they are just coasting with over $300 million from crowdfunding backers. At this point, I don't see Star Citizen to be releasing anytime soon. If you like this review of Star Citizen on Shadow, give us a like, and feel free to subscribe so you can get the latest news, gameplay, and comparisons on cloud gaming at the only place where you can do battle in gaming heaven, Cloud Gaming Battle.